Hey everyone, it's Michael D back with another video. Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a great customizable registration form for your webinar attendees. I will show you a great example, how to recreate it for yourself, and all the great customizations webinar.net has to offer. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay everyone, so here we are at our finished product registration screen. And this is where our attendees can sign up for and eventually access our webinar. So I'll go ahead and walk you through each of the components so that way you know what you can customize in the future. So up here at the top, we have a great banner for our company logo. This can serve as a title also. I will show you how to do this later. Also right here, we have our webinar abstract, and then this is where we are going to tell our attendees what our webinar is about. Also, I have a great little part of text right here that shows, hey, go ahead and share these links so that we can get other people to sign up for our webinars. So as you can see, I can click the LinkedIn link right here, and it's going to load. It says right there, sign up for a webinar. I customized the text to say this so people know that is a link for our webinar. So I can click this right here. We're taken back to our page. So going on to the next step, we have a great calendar right here that will tell you the dates and times of the webinar, as well as a nifty link right here that will put the date and time straight into your calendar. Right here we have a splash images slide, and this will rotate in between images. Maybe you have a couple of representative images of your webinar that you want to share with your eventual attendees. Right here, up at the top right, I also have a presenter icon. And this is where I can include my picture, my job title, marketing assistant, links to my socials so that everyone can follow me and see what great YouTube videos we're going to make in the future. And lastly, right here, a little description about me. I'm here making great videos for everyone to learn how to use our amazing software. Also, right here we have the fields. These are what we require for our attendees to fill out in order to join our webinar. That way we can have awesome information to make their experience better. And right here, of course, we have the terms of participation that you can include. And once everything is done, I can click register. And when we're ready to go into our webinar, all we have to do is come here and click enter. This is one of the many links you can use that your attendees can use to access your webinar. All right, now that we've seen everything that our registration page has to offer, let's go back into our customization section and recreate everything that we've just seen. Okay, so here we are at our dashboard, and I'm going to show you how to get to the registration customizations that you can access. So we're gonna pick the webinar we want to edit. In this case, I'm gonna choose webinar about webinars. And right here, we're giving all of our customizations. And as you can see right here is our registrations tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So here we are at our registration customizations page, and you can immediately start to see all the things that we can customize, including fields, layout, elements, and brand. But before we dive into those, I want to show you two very important buttons, and they are here at the top right-hand corner, as you can see. The first one I want to go over is the preview button, then the webinar links button. So for the preview button, we're going to click that, and as you can see, we can view our registration page and our thank you page. And the thank you page is a page that your attendees will see once they exit your webinar. So we're going to focus on the registration page, and I'm going to click on that. And as you can see, here is the most basic out-of-the-box registration page. And we're going to eventually make this look like this registration page that I showed you in the beginning. So as you change everything and start to make customizations, you can always click the preview button to see how that change affects your overall aesthetic and functionality of your registration page. Next things next is the webinar links. And this link right here is a link to your registration page. right here is a link to the presenter. And right here, you can also have an access to the reporting link. So once we get deeper into our videos, you will see how to use these more in depth. But for now, I want to show you that they're there and they're there for you to use. All right, so now let's go over the fields section of our registration. And this includes everything from first name, last name, email address, all of the fields you want to collect from your attendees in order to let them join your webinar. And as you can see, that corresponds to everything that you see right here. Now, the first three fields are always required, but from there you can make many customizations. So I can include things like phone number, country, province, city, anything I want. And I can go over here to my preview page, click refresh, and as you can see, all this stuff is included. But you might notice, hey, these new fields don't have any red dots at the top. That means that they're not required for your attendee to give in order to let them attend the webinar. If this is a piece of information that you need, you can always go here and click the require column for things that you know that you want for your attendee to enter. Now let's say you want to switch the order of your fields. You can do this by using these drag buttons. So let's say you want to put the last name before the first name when your attendee is filling out the box. You can just take the last name and drag it to in front of first name. And this is the same for any of the other fields. So let's say you want to include a field that we haven't necessarily listed for you in our pre-existing options. What you would do is you would go down to the Add Field button. And here you could specify your new field's name, what type you'd want it to be, and whether you want to require it or not. For the field types, there are 5 different options. I will demonstrate how to fill in a checkbox list so you can see how to do it. And then after that, I will demonstrate each of the other 4 options on our preview page so you can see what they're all about. So as you can see, I added the field, which of our YouTube videos have you watched? And I've chosen that to be a checkdown list. So if I want to include a couple of our YouTube videos, I will not only use this first box, but I'll click the plus once and the plus twice because I want to have 3 options for our attendees to choose from. Now, if you've ever done one too many, you can always click the minus button. But for now, I will go ahead and fill these out. And now I can click add. And now that I've done that, I can go ahead and move this up to the top and go back over to our preview slide to check out how it works. And as you can see, our checkbox lets me check all of the videos that I have watched in our YouTube series. Now I'll include the other field types that we can choose from on our preview page so you can see what they do. So contrasting with the checkbox list, the radio button only lets you choose one option. Also, text area gives you a chance for longer answers. Text field gives you a chance for shorter answers, and drop down is similar to the radio button, so you can only choose one option. So the layout portion of our registration customizations will control where each element of your registration page is located on the screen. So for example, this is what my registration page looks like now. And what I can do is I can move all of my fields over to the other side of the screen just by clicking and dragging it to the other side. And as you can see, if I click refresh, all my fields are now on the left side and presenter is still left on the right side. So I can do this however I want. I can do 2 columns if I want, like this. Or if I click this button down here, I can just do 1 wide column. If you want to create the registration page that I made right here, go ahead and copy this desktop layout. Now you can also customize your mobile layout as well by taking any of these and dragging them where you like. So here is the elements portion of our registration page. And this will include things from webinar abstract, thank you for attending message, and all of the options following below. Now, if you want to change your webinar abstract, all you do is go over here to the edit button, and you can type in a whole new abstract right here. Even if you want, you can also do HTML mode and copy your own HTML code in right here. So if you already have any previously formatted things, you can use them. Thank you for attending text has a similar type of options as webinar abstract. The calendar reminder already has preloaded times that you have set in general settings. So whenever your webinar is scheduled, it will include a calendar reminder link for you. Social sharing will help you create links like the one that we saw earlier, where your title will be sign up for webinar and the abstract can be posted below. As you can see right here, title and abstract. And go ahead and click any of the boxes that you want to include in your social sharing icon. Presenters option lets you control what you will call your presenter. So maybe I want to switch this and say it is speaker. And lastly, you can click edit under splash images and upload images to be a part of your slideshow like you see right here. So the brand tab of our registration customization lets us change everything that has to do with the aesthetic and everything that has to do with logos on our registration page. So let's go ahead and go down the line and customize everything having to do with the brand. So for the header style, I can pick background colors and text colors. So if I want to switch the color, I just click on this box and I can go ahead and use the RGB scale right here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And as you can see, it's changed. The colors are changing as I drag. I'm gonna do a little darker blue about right here and click off, and that will be good. And then I can choose my text color to anything I want. But let's say that I want to include my logo in the header. After all, this is what it looks like right now, and this is what I got in my demonstration. So let's go ahead and upload an image. I'm going to choose this one right here. And as you can see, this is what it's going to look like right here when I press preview. So now let's move on to the page background color. This is the same thing. Go ahead and use the RGB scale. I like to go maybe a little lighter blue. And then the UI accent color. This has to do with everything that is a link. So let's say I don't want to choose blue, I want to choose something a little different. I can choose pink, go ahead and make it a little brighter. And that's what all of my links and my buttons will look like, as you can see. And you can also see the light blue in the background. And then last things last is the text button color. So as you can see, it is white right now. If I want to change it to yellow, maybe something else, I can go ahead and do that. I kind of liked white. I will go ahead and keep it like that. And as you can see, my registration page is starting to really look like the one that I showed you in the beginning. The last thing is to go ahead and fill out your speaker integration. And this can be customized in the interface builder in one of our other customizations. I will show you how to do this in a later video in which I show you how to use the interface builder part of our customizations. So there you have it. That's how you create your fully customizable registration page for your webinar. Make sure you like and subscribe. That way YouTube recommends future videos of ours for you so you can continue your quest to make the perfect webinar. See you next time.